With Coach C and Alanis Diaz. Tough loss here at home tonight against a good PBA team. Coach, talk about what you saw tonight and what kind of came out for the result of the game.
We came out flat, and that's really hard to swallow. I don't know if we were a little unnerved, understanding the significance of the game, but we came out flat for 3 to 4 minutes, and that can't happen in a day like this. We got to grab the lead from the jump and not have to fuss like we did in the fourth quarter.
I think you guys upped the defensive intensity in the second half, especially that third quarter. You got a good lift off your bench. Talk about that for me.
We're a good defensive team. We have good defensive coaches. And I'll be honest, this is my 28th year, and I've learned from Marcus and Nola and podcasts and YouTubes how we could tweak our D. And our assistants do a good job instilling our defensive rotations. And it's pretty scary that almost our whole defense is coming back. So you can look at it, after we play our last 3 games here, no matter what happens, right? We bring most of our defense back, and we're in the top of the conference in all defensive categories. And you score 59 points, Dom, you should win. You give up 59, you should win.
Alanis Diaz, you've been really on a roll here this past month, especially in the conference play. Talk about what's been contributing to you kind of leading this team.
Honestly, it's just trying to stay aggressive and trying to basically get to my spots offensively and then making reads from there. I really love that my teammates are behind me and they trust me and they trust my skill set out there. And I just think now we're getting used to each other. We say all the time, all these teams are peaking, we still haven't peaked. So I just think we're just also getting more comfortable, and we're kind of understanding each other's game.
She's playing well because she's probably the hardest working kid in the SSC. She's very, very humble, and she loves basketball more than anybody in the SSC. And she's a loyal soldier that's going to be here for 2 more years as they come. And I had a player in New York for 4 years that was 5'9", led the country in rebounding, that would run through that glass window for me. This is Shannon Dewar, except her name is Alanis Diaz. But she's being very humble. She works hard. She worked on her craft. Honestly, what happened was we got her off the ball a little bit, and it's able to showcase her whole game. And she's listened to that role, and she's embraced it, and it's going to help going forward. Really proud of her.
And then, Coach, just talk a little bit about you really are able to connect with these girls, especially, we see through timeouts. They really listen to you when you're speaking. And just talk about how you're able to have such coachable players.
I got good captains. I think Alanis would agree. They're information fiends to those guys. They keep them consistent. We rarely change stuff in 2024. We've stuck to our schedule. And I show them that I love them. And I'm more geared on what they're going to be doing 4 years from now. How are they going to be mothers? Are they going to be wives? Are they going to have wives, husbands? What are they going to have? Are they going to have a pet? And what direction do they want to go? And I'm already trying to work with her for the summer on how we're going to get her basketball better. But internships, I love these kids, man. And, doing this a long time, you really got to love who you are in it. I'm just a little mad today. I'm mad for them, not mad at them. Bounce here or there, the bounce here or there all year long, and we got, 4 or 5 more wins. And I don't want to say we're young because we're basketball players. We're not rookies or sophomores. We're basketball players. And this is a tough league, and we've been in 75% of our games. And we're going to be, you better get us now. And I'll say that right on whatever social media you want to put us. Got 3 games left. You better get us now because we're coming.
Yeah.
And then, Coach, you talked last week, something that stood out. You got a couple of games left here. Anything could happen in this conference. But you talked about as long as you guys play hard and give it your all, that's really what matters. And then the results are going to be the results. Travel to Florida Tech Saturday. Talk about that game a little bit, preview that on what you expect from your team.
Well, they've been here twice. They're here in our tournament, and they split, and then they played us, and they lost. It's always tough to go there and play. John is energetic and upbeat, and he yells a lot there. He gets his players going, and they're playing well. So they're at the bottom of the league like us, but they've won some games, and they're playing well, and it's going to be a little bit of a track meet. We got to shoot the ball better, Dom, to get there and get a win. And then we got a grudge match with Lynn, who beat us on a close game there. So we want to close out, no matter what the results are, we want to close out 3-0. But you're right, we do have great women in this program, and I'm glad you acknowledge and appreciate, the way they play. And we thank you for leading us in this department too, brother. So I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, Coach.